A little bit later than expected, Kunos released Build 3 of Assetto Corsa Competizione and I spent the night testing it. Let's see how it is. Do you like our logo? Yeah, we thought you would. Get it now at our partner Spreadshirt.net. Greetings petrolheads and welcome to a new chapter of Assetto Corsa Competizione. Today we're gonna check what Build 3 has brought upon us. Truth to be told, I am not looking much forward to the new track and car, while the BMW M6 GT3 that is coming with this build is not a bad car. It's nothing special for me, and I don't care much about Paul Ricard. I know that there's people who love that track, and good for them, but I've never liked it. I don't like driving on it, but it's part of Blancpain. Part of Blancpain are also endurance races, and especially Paul Ricard is one of the places where Blancpain goes into endurance mode. So it makes sense. If you haven't bought the game until now and are thinking about buying it, you can shed a tear because now it costs €10 or US dollars more than it did yesterday before the sim was published. Coming back to what this brings new. It's gonna bring some basic multiplayer. Let's see how this is implemented and how good the netcode is. We all remember that the netcode at the beginning of Assetto Corsa was not exactly the best, but we all know, checking Assetto Corsa Competizione, that Kunos has learned a lot, and I expect that they have also learned a lot about netcode. Another thing that I'm interested in seeing what is new there are the challenges, as I'm stuck at pace. And two important things I hope they have tweaked and corrected. I have had, since the update of Build 2, some problems with VR, with the sim not centering me correctly on the height. I hope this has been corrected. I could tweak it a little bit with the cursor keys when I was in the Lamborghini, but not at all when I was in the Bentley. And I hope that they have worked on the force feedback, because if there's one thing that is still lacking a lot is force feedback, which is a pity because Assetto Corsa had very good force feedback, but Assetto Corsa Competizione seems not to have inherited that code. And with regards to the rating system, the Build 3 brings behavioral data analysis, which I suppose means that the OBWPs are implemented now. Maybe Kunos could think of another name for it. People are gonna stop using the voice chat forever and ever. Hey mate, my I'm not driving well. Come on. Enough of me yapping. Let's see what Kunos have made in this Build 3 towards what promises to be an excellent sim for touring cars. So I'm a little bit off center, the issue still persists. Where's the HUD? I have a problem with VR. I don't see the HUD because it's somewhere up high. Another problem with VR is that at least this track looks fuzzy. The car doesn't. Let's take a look at the car. Nice. I'm not expecting anything else but a good model, but still. This build took longer to be released than normal. Normally Kunos releases at 1800 CET because on testing they found a couple of issues and had to correct the issues and do the rebuild again, which seemingly takes about an hour. And of course, after you rebuild something, you have to test it because you don't want to deliver something that is not working. So have a little bit of patience with me if I sound not much there, but it's in the middle of the night and I'm working on this video. I may not be completely myself at the moment. Force feedback is still nothing to write home about.
One of the problems with Paul Ricard is that it's got so many different configurations. I think I'm gonna go non-VR to show you the rest, as I know that you cannot see the menus, and for me it's difficult to drive on VR because I always have to set the high up again.
Something they have not completely implemented yet, but it's interesting for those who like to fiddle with setups. You will be able in future to change the brake ducts. This is not yet available, but they have started programming it. They have introduced what they call dirt buildup on cars. I hope it's not only something that you can see, but also something that you can feel. They have done some audio fixes and overall tweaked and changed and corrected different things in different cars, so let's see. Kunos were not able to deliver as much of multiplayer as they would have wished for, as they had some issues with that. So at the moment you can only do practice in multiplayer. Later we will be able to do more, but Kunos have not said yet if this will come with a sub update of this build 3 or with the build 4. Okay, no servers at the moment. In future it seems that the safety rating, which they have to retype, do you see that? Safety? The safety rating will be important for the matchmaking, as will the racecraft rating. This is something that we expected. You can filter by track, but at the moment I don't see any servers that are active. An error occurred, please try again. Okay. A couple of hours later, as you can see, the image had changed, and I suppose it's gonna be filled even more. And Kunos, could it be possible to order them based on the latency? That would be excellent, thank you. And here's a couple of examples of the behavioral data analysis that Kunos wrote in the update that seems to be linked to the safety rating. And of course, I only had the collisions, so I was able to show you, because I never ever have any kind of collisions whatsoever. But the system of collision detection isn't perfect yet. What? I haven't collided with anyone. What the heck is race control saying? What collision? And again, 3 collisions and nobody near me. And if I get off track, I don't get a warning, I don't get a penalty, nothing? From what they said in the changelog, we have new special events, and they've brought the old special events. So maybe this time I'll make PC. We have Hot Lap Paul Ricard Dry, Hot Stint Paul Ricard Short, Hot Stint Paul Ricard Long, the already known Misano, Quick Race Nürburgring, Quick Race Paul Ricard. So we have 2 pages full of special events. Did we only have one special event at Nürburgring? No, we had more than one, right? So we have 5 Paul Ricard, 2 Misano, and 1 Nürburgring. Okay. Can we skip the formation lap? It seems we can't. Oh, come on, guys. Really, the whole formation lap? This rolling start is so smack in the middle that I cannot really see how I'm driving. Oh, see that? Text, 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 text. I'd say I found a bug.
Yellow flag is watch hiding front.
What yellow flag? There's nobody in front of me. How can it be a yellow flag? Seems the dreaded yellow flag bug is here again. We had that at Nürburgring. Yellow flags where there's no reason for a yellow flag.
Yellow flag ahead, be careful. Yellow flag, be careful.
And a yellow flag without a yellow flag. I clearly have to say that with this build 3, Kunos is not there yet. The VR is not there yet. I don't know what my problem is, and I haven't seen anybody else writing about that. I'll deliver the logs to Kunos and let them advise how I should work with that issue. But the VR is also not there yet. If I take a look at the quality of Paul Ricard on VR, while Misano and Nürburgring looked quite well, and while the car looks quite well when I'm sitting on it, Paul Ricard doesn't look well, it's fuzzy. The graphics bug where cars at the front disappear all of a sudden is still there, or I think it's again there. I don't remember seeing it on build 2, but I'm not sure about that. And the yellow flag bug is there again. It was not on build 2, but now it's there. Another thing that bugs me to no end is that the force feedback is still not there yet. And another thing, but okay, this is new to this build, and this is one of the things that they have to tweak and correct and fine-tune, is that the collision detection is much too sensitive, and it even has errors. It's interesting to see that something like the safety rating is already there, and that it measures your collisions, but I had understood that only big collisions would change your safety rating and not these small racing collisions that you normally have. As was expected, the BMW is fun to drive, it's a stable car, it's the BMW M6 GT3. Paul Ricard is Paul Ricard, as I said, not my cup of tea, but it's well done if it wouldn't look so fuzzy on VR. All in all, I gotta say this build 3 is not what we have become accustomed from Kunos after build 1 and build 2. I expect one or more update builds quite soon. I think that we've become accustomed to better deliveries from Kunos. Now, everyone has a bad day, everyone has a bad week. We're still on early access, so let's cut Kunos some slack. I hope and expect them to deliver a better build 4. That would be all for today. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you have any comments or question, you know what to do. Go below this video and write it in the comments. And while you're at it, please be so kind and applaud by leaving a like. And if you're new to our channel, subscribe and don't forget to click on the bell. And until our next video, safe fuel, take pickup, and we'll see each other at the podium. Visit romrom.net to connect to fellow sim racers and sim racing fans.